Welcome to FYI. Barry ZeVAN's my name, and the name of my guest is Kate Sullivan. She is from Afton, Minnesota, and has a marvelous art studio there, which she owns and runs, and she's going to tell us all about it. Kate, wonderful to see you again.
Oh, yes.
We met at a book signing several months ago, and the art that you've created, your whole life has been just about art in several forms. Is that right?
That is correct, yes.
Good, well, welcome.
Thank you.
And tell us where this all started. Are you from Afton originally, or?
Well, actually, I am not from Afton. I'm from Oakdale, but my family is from Afton. The family came there in the 1850s, and when I was here taking care of my mother when she was ill a number of years ago, I started volunteering at the museum down in Afton. I found it a quaint, beautiful place, and discovered all about my family and how they came in the 1850s and where they resided in. And what I did discover is that there was an old schoolhouse for sale, and I purchased it and opened an art studio. And the old schoolhouse is very special to me because my great-grandfather went to school in the building. Oh, wow. So that's where the studio came from, but I've been creating art all of my life.
That's wonderful. So what was the first art you created? Was it paintings or what?
Well, I used to sit with my grandfather in Oakdale, and I'd sit with him and he would paint. He was an artist. He was an engineer at 3M, but he was also an artist at home at night. And we would sit together and create together. And he taught me how to paint. He taught me how to grid. He taught me how to put things onto canvas and how to see with my inner eye. And we worked together through that, and it was just really fun. And I just wanted to continue and did my whole life, where I went to school worked for the school district as a young adult, created children's learning activities. I worked in the theater and created sets and painted backdrops and worked in fashion design and costuming. So it's been quite a creative life.
Which theater?
Well, it was a community theater called Capital City Theater. And if anybody remembers Ron Maddox, he started the theater.
Remember, Ron was a good friend of mine for a long time. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. So I was a volunteer there for many, many, many years, and then it closed I can't really remember the year, but sometime in the late 90s. No, maybe it was the 80s. But anyway, I took all the costumes and I opened a costume shop in North St. Paul. So we created costumes for a number of years. It was very fun. Rented the costumes and sold them.
Little sidebar, Ron created Taste of Minnesota too, didn't he?
Yes, I used to work at the Taste of Minnesota.
Yeah.
I created the children's activity area way back when it first began.
That's wonderful. So it's been a very eclectic life.
Very much so.
We're going to see some samples of some of your artwork as the show progresses here.
Yes.
And is there a favorite form of art that you do?
My favorite form of art is actually stained glass. On my father's side of the family, we had a stained glass artist. My great-great-grandfather was a stained glass artist. And so that comes naturally. I believe that came in my genes. I just knew how to do it. I felt it. I love touching the glass. I love the sound of glass cutting. And that would be my favorite. The least lucrative for business, because a piece takes many, many hours and it's very expensive. I like to do church windows is my favorite. I like religious art. I have a church window actually up in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota at Holy Rosary Church right on Main Street.
Wow.
It's a beautiful 44-inch window.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I would imagine, I mean, seeing stained glass in churches, people don't realize, I guess, how much work goes into that. It's pretty time consuming, isn't it?
Well, the old churches it is because it's leaded glass. I'd like to do the Tiffany way, where you've got the small little pieces and you copper foil each of the pieces and then you solder them all together to form lampshades, form windows, form anything. You can do three-dimensional piece with little pieces. It's fun.
So what do you have for sale at the art studio?
At the studio, I have paintings. I have many, many paintings. I'm I'm actually taking a student in a class right now for a program called Intentional Creativity. And so I have been practicing my intentional creativity, and that's seeing with my inner eye, many, many layers. It's a step-by-step process that I will be teaching next year at the studio. But my work, and you will see some of it here today, is based on the painting on the intentional creativity.
I know one of the paintings shows a lady with a dog, and can you describe how you choose your subjects?
Oh, well, you know, that's the one painting that I didn't bring, and in fact, I should have. You've seen that painting before.
I thought
that's the lady with the bear.
Oh, the bear. Oh,
that's a bear.
I don't know a dog from a bear. Hello.
But you have seen the dog painting. The dog painting
Okay.
is me and myself and my dog.
Ah.
And it was based on a Frida Kahlo class where we painted our lives, and we painted images into that painting, and you'll see as the paintings show up here that they're done with images. So the one you're referring to right now is the gypsy. I do a lot of painting of girls and women in gypsy form. I'm not a gypsy, but I own a gypsy wagon, a true gypsy wagon, and you can see that down at the Old School Art Studio, and we have a lot of fun painting and dancing and around that. But so I do a lot of gypsy women, and then I add in parts of my life into the painting, and some of them mean things to you and other people too. And with the one you're referring to is the bear, but it's really like don't mess with Mama Bear.
I love it. So the gypsy wagon, that's fascinating. I know I've seen it.
You have?
Did that come from Romania or someplace, or was it from here?
That is from here. The man who built the wagon was a Western reenactor, and he was a medicine man. So he built the medicine man wagon. But everything is authentic 1880s.
Wow.
So from scratch,
phenomenal.
It's beautiful. You have to stop down and see it because you can't believe it until you see it in person.
While we're thinking of that, what's the address of the studio?
Okay, we're in downtown Afton, Minnesota, right behind the Squire House, north of the park in the center of town, and the address is 15888 34th Street South.
In Afton.
In downtown Afton,
yeah.
right along the river, St. Croix River banks.
Afton, the only thing I remembered until I got involved with the art and the book signings, et cetera, in Afton, of course, was Afton Alps.
Oh, yeah.
Which was part of my life when I was doing the ski scene over on Channel 5. But, and I used to go out to Afton Alps all the time when the brothers owned it, and now Vail owns it.
Correct, yes.
But it's a fascinating town. I always say there are two towns in Minnesota that remind me of really an art community near San Francisco, which is Sausalito. And so Stillwater and Afton, those are the two.
Right.
Do you have a friendly rivalry with Stillwater or not?
Oh, yeah, we're great. Yeah, we go to Stillwater all the time. I love Stillwater.
Yeah. Bing Crosby's mother was born there.
Oh, that's the first I heard of that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just filled with trivia no one cares about. But
No, that's interesting. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
You know,
So for Afton, there are a lot of events in Afton. Can you tell us what goes on there throughout the year?
Okay, well, we're getting ready right now. Next weekend is our Fall Art in the Park. It is, you probably, when this airs, it'll probably have been done with. And so I hope everybody has enjoyed it. But we bring in over 100 artists into our downtown park area, and then the businesses all participate. As far as the Old School Art Studio, I have over a dozen artists that we will be demonstrating, and they will be selling their wares. We have a stage with music. We have a 7-piece women's band called Kathy Drinkwine with Friends on Saturday, and we have Tom Erickson on Sunday. So we have a full set of music and entertainment for you during Art in the Park. We also do Strawberry Fest in the spring, and that is pretty similar to Art in the Park. So you can look on the website and find those. The kids, we do the Kids Trick or Treat Trail. This is the very popular event in Afton. All the businesses participate. And we have painted rocks here at the schoolhouse, and we hide over 100 rocks, and the kids find the rocks during these events and bring them to the schoolhouse, and they get a prize out of the treasure chest.
I want to hold that up if I can, and then we'll be getting a close-up later. Well, actually, you can actually see it here pretty well. How about the other one here, too?
There will be over 100 rocks hidden for each day for art in the park, and also for trick-or-treat trail.
Hey, here's a bumblebee, if we can see that. There we go.
The bumblebee says, "Be kind."
Yeah, be kind. Okay.
Many, many artists come to the studio each Thursday and paint these rocks for the kids. The kids get to keep the rocks also. So.
That's wonderful. So how many years now have you had the studio?
7 years. Bought it in 2012.
Okay.
So.
And how many students do you teach?
Oh, I've given any given classes from 6 to a dozen people. We've had as many as 20 for painting classes, for stained glass. We do fiber arts. We had over 30 women 2 summers ago for spinning and a weaving workshop, which was, we brought in somebody, Natalie Redding from California, and she came and taught the class. It was very exciting.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with her.
She has a TV reality show, and she's a shepherdess, and she also spins her own wool and is an artist.
Oh, wow.
She's quite well known in the fiber fields.
Yeah. Pardon my ignorance.
No, that's okay.
So you also say you have a theater background. Is it also, beside the building sets and designing sets, et cetera, acting as well, or not?
Well, funny you should ask this, because I've had to act in several of them for lack of performers, but I have been asked not to sing. So
I can identify.
I just do not have a musical ability.
Well, it's fun. So comparing the acting to the painting, what would you prefer to do?
Well, paint, of course.
Oh, yeah, I see, okay.
I'll be painting at this coming Art in the Park, which is going to be a little nerve-wracking because it's the first time I've actually exhibited and performed, basically, painting at the same time. And talking about the technique and talking about my beliefs on art and where it comes from in our creativity.
Maybe you can describe for us, too, some of the other paintings you brought, which we're going to see.
Okay, well, I brought along the back of a chair, which is very interesting. In Afton, we have a fundraiser during Art in the Park where artists from all over the area paint chairs, and then the chairs are auctioned off for donation to our Afton Historical Museum. And I brought that chair along with, and I painted a pig in a martini glass with a paintbrush. And I've actually mixed media the chair, so the chair actually has what they call crash glass on the back of it, and that is what the martini glass is made out of, is the crash glass. What crash glass is, it's broken glass from broken windshields, broken shower doors, and it breaks into little tiny, tiny pieces. And when the sunlight catches it, it sparkles and glitters, and you've all seen it on the side of the road. So you can imagine that in a piece of artwork.
Oh my goodness, I can't. How do you collect that?
You get out with a broom and you sweep it up into a little dustpan, and then you wash it all off piece by piece.
Oh my gosh.
Or you can order it. There are several different outlets and craft distributors that will sell crash glass, but it is expensive.
Wow, I would imagine.
A little bag is about $30.
Oh my gosh.
So it's much, much easier to go out and just sweep it up and wash it up.
So if we see you along the side of a highway, we know what you're doing.
Yes, and I actually know where there is some glass that I need to get to today before somebody else does.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Twin Cities, as you know, this show is seen on YouTube as well as
Right,
locally.
yes.
And for those watching even around the world, the Twin Cities art community is just gigantic. The artists in performing arts and visual arts like you
Right,
do.
yes.
I wonder what has made us so unique, because the the only artist from my hometown, Pittsburgh, who I can remember is Andy Warhol, and
That's nice. So
he
it's a good.
did pretty well for himself. But
Yes.
he was very eclectic in his work. But what do you think? Is there something about the climate, the atmosphere?
The long winter and lack of stuff to do. No, actually, to tell you the truth, I think that I think as human beings, we're coming out of our shell a little bit, and we're willing to take a chance and actually see that we are all creative. We were born creative. We live on a creative planet. We were created by a creator. And the creativeness is inside of our soul. A lot of it is even ancestry, you know, from your generations past. You can dig deep down through your gene pool and figure you can create. And creativity is anybody can make anything. It's all technique. It's all piece by piece. I can teach you to do stained glass. I can teach you to make a shawl. I can teach you to do art journaling, and I can teach you to paint step by step. Mm-hmm. And I think that people just really, they wanted to give it a try, and then they find they can do it, mm-hmm. and not so afraid of it. And then you can take it as far as you want. You can continue with it, or you can try something else, or you can say, I just did that and I like it and I'm happy. Because it's not any different than baking a pie, cooking a dinner, or in your job, or anything that you do. Creating is thinking. That's all you're doing is thinking.
Very interesting. I paint landscapes.
I know you do. I'm so excited.
But I could not paint the face of a human being if my life depended on it. I do not know how to do that. Is there you talk about your inner eye. Is there a certain characteristic for people who can do a certain thing, but you know, my landscape paintings they're okay, but as far as painting a person or whatever, not a chance. What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, painting a human face is very difficult because you're thinking of the face. You're thinking, I have to make a nose, and in your head, you're thinking, what a nose looks like. So that's really, it is tough, and I still struggle with it, and you'll see with my other paintings that they're, you know, I got a lot of work to do, a lot of studying yet to do. But there is a really easy step program. It can be a 13-step program to a 30-step program. I've learned it from my teacher, Shiloh Sophia, who learned it from her mentor, but it's really just the simple Chinese, Asian face. So everything is in a curve. So when I'm walking you a step by step through painting that face, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in use, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, it's just, if you think about in the face, everything is in the shape of a U.
Oh my gosh.
Your eyebrows are a U. And then to fill in your face, anything forward is brighter and everything backwards is darker. And they take on a life of their own. Wow. They may be a little cartoonish, but that's what I like to do.
How long would it take a novice student who's just never done any painting at all to master the ability to do what you've just described?
Well, I've worked with many students, and they will go home with a painting they're quite proud of.
Oh, wow. Just right off the bat?
Right off the bat. It might not be a Rembrandt, but it's something beautiful, and it's very meaningful to them. Mm-hmm. And it's part of their life, their soul, their muse, their inner personality, and they've added symbols and earrings and other things that I draw out during the class. That means something to you.
Yeah.
So it's very fun. We do a lot with totem animals too, or animals. That's the bear in the one painting that I spoke of earlier, and
pig.
My dog.
Yeah, and the pig. Yeah.
Oh, I have a pig. Yes. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. The pig in the martini glass. Right?
Yeah. For some reason, this is a new movement down at the studio. We're all painting animals.
I love it. Yeah. I wonder, you know, maybe an elementary question, but I wonder what the fascination is with art. What the fascination has been almost from the beginning. I know it's an expression of either how we feel or what we see, etc. But when in the history of art, when do you think it all began? I mean, the 10th century, 9th century?
Forever.
From the beginning?
Forever. Everybody's always either drawn or created something. I mean, we used to have to make our own clothes. Now we go down to the store and buy them. We used to weave our own fabric to make our clothes. Mm-hmm. So things have changed, and art has become more of a hobby than a necessity. But ask any, even kids, when you're first born, ask any child up to at least kindergarten. If you ask them if they're an artist, they will say, yes, I am. And they are very proud of their work. It's somewhere comes along the line that as we grow older that we start to judge what we're doing. We start to see with our outer eyes and not our inner eyes. So in copying, if I was to paint this cup, I'm looking at it and I would paint that cup, and then I would judge my painting. Does it look like that cup? But if I was to paint a cup that I can't see at all, mm-hmm. and then I look at my painting and I just painted my cup, it'd be a beautiful cup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there'd be no judgment on that cup.
Mm-hmm. It just occurred to me that people who, I mean, I've been very blessed. I've been to the Louvre and have seen everything in there, but have not been to the Vatican, and I would love to see Michelangelo's painting, of course, of the Sistine Chapel, the ceiling. I wonder if young students who had never even thought about art see masterful works like that, all of a sudden say, oh my gosh, wow, this is, a human being did that. And for Michelangelo, I guess, was on his back that he was doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any validity to that kind of thinking, that all of a sudden people are inspired by something that hits them?
Well, I hope they're inspired by the old masters. I mean, I'm inspired by them. We study them. I teach classes at the schoolhouse. We do like just an imitation of such things that they do, so they find out how hard it is to do a fresco or paint, mm-hmm. or even a mix paints. Back in the day, they made all their own paints. And so we didn't go to the Hobby Lobby and the other places to buy paints.
Oh my gosh.
Craft stores.
How would they make paint?
You know, I watched a TV show on it and I thought it would be fun, and I've seen some YouTube channels where they've been teaching it or showing us how it was done with the pigments and stuff, and that's something I'd like to look into. Maybe we should talk about that, since you're a painter too. Yeah,
well, I'm lucky to pick it up the brush, you know, whatever.
I've seen his paintings. They are fabulous.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. My gosh.
Are there any in your book?
No, there are none in my book.
Now see, you gotta write another book.
Oh, the day I write another book is the day the moon turns into a pickle.
Oh.
But with cheese and mustard. But anyway, no, that's my book writing days are over. But thank you so much.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I guess, I see you have yarn with you. Well, what's this about?
Well, we have a tradition in intentional creativity where we pass the red thread. And what the red thread does is it connects us, each and every one of us, together. So before we begin a class, we'll begin a class with a short meditation. We'll all pass the red thread, cut each other's red thread, and then we're connected for eternity. And even if you're not in the class with us, you can have your own red thread, or we pass it, and maybe I'll meet you someday. It brings us all together as a community of creative souls.
Oh, what a wonderful concept.
It's an old tradition. There's many, many forms of religious beliefs with the red thread. The Asians believe that it was the red thread to eternity, and Native Americans it was the red thread, the red road. And it's been used since the beginning of time, the red thread for a creative connection or a connection.
Oh my gosh.
So.
We learn things on this program. Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
See, I have my red thread on here for my last class.
That's wonderful. What are the ages of the students?
We are at the schoolhouse. We have kids from, I'd say 5, 6 years old, or even younger painting the rocks if we do a rock painting class. Wow. But usually they need to be, the parents need to participate with them if they're young, all the way up to 100, I guess.
I was going to say geezers like me. That'd be marvelous. And for how long do the classes last? How many?
The classes they range from a 2.5-hour class to all-day workshops to weekend workshops to even overnight retreats.
Mm-hmm. And then for several weeks or days or what?
Sometimes it'll be a 6-week class. You can check all that out on the website. Mm-hmm. On the upcoming classes. We are a seasonal studio, so it does shut down at the beginning of December, and we close till March or April, depending on weather, and then we open back up again and start our classes all summer long again. And this winter, we'll be putting some classes up online, so you'll be able to participate. We do a lot with Facebook. We have a lot of Facebook Live, and so you can all participate in no matter where you are in the world.
Oh, that's wonderful. What is your website address?
It's oldschoolartstudio.net.
Oldschoolartstudio.net.
Yes,
okay.
I think she's going to put that up on the credits afterwards. So.
Yeah, that's great. And Mary is our director, producer, everything. And Charlie.
Yes, you've all been very kind.
And sometimes Scott and wonderful crew here. Well, I can't thank you enough. Anything that we've missed, do you think?
I don't think so, and I'm sure I'll think of things later. So can I come back again?
Well, I love
now that we got the first one over with, and I don't have to be nervous.
No need to be nervous. No need to be nervous. Thank you. Yeah, and your outfits, I know from being with you at the book signings and stuff, they're very colorful and.
Yes, we dress in the bohemian style, and we do bohemian style dancing, and we like to do parades. So you will see us in the parades around town.
Now, your daughter Jenny, is she into art too?
No, Jenny is a assistant principal down in a school in Florida, in an elementary school. So she has to be creative every day, every single day. She's got to think.
Oh, sure, with those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She likes to dabble around with me a little bit. But my grandchildren are very creative.
That's great. And in Florida, do you do any art teaching too?
Yes, I have a beautiful studio in Florida, but it's a private studio attached to my home. And I do private classes down in Florida. So if you're down in the Fort Myers area, you can look me up.
Look you up. So
Yep.
let's do that.
Oldschoolartstudio.net, and you can just message me off of that. And I'm Kate.
That's terrific, Kate. Thanks a million.
It's such a pleasure to be with you and sit here with you, Barry. You have no idea how fun he is.
God bless you. Thank you. And shameless plug time. Yes, my book, it's available on Amazon. It's called My Life Among the Giants, and very blessed to have it endorsed on the back by former Vice President Mondale, as well as ABC TV's Sam Donaldson, one of my best friends, and wonderful host of a couple of the documentaries, 3 documentaries I've produced, and there's a lot in here that might surprise you. So until next time, again, thanks to Kate Sullivan, and we'll see you next time.